Hey, what's up, Bills Mafia? Welcome to episode 7 of Bills with BK. Had to take my setup on the road this week. I'm actually in Florida visiting my girlfriend's family, but you know we got to come out with these episodes every single week, so here we are. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. But all right, let's dive into it. So last week was the first game with Joe Brady calling the shots offensively, and I got to be honest, the Bills offense looked a lot better. Obviously, the Jets aren't the best team, so we can only take a grain of salt from this, but they do have really good defense. We did put up 32 points against them. We put up more points against them than anybody else has in the entire league this year. So that does say something. So I have to give Joe Brady his credit for starting to get us back on track. We have a much more difficult test Sunday when we play the Eagles. It's hard to take too much from this game with the Jets in such bad shape and having real problems at quarterback. They've officially benched Zach Wilson and are starting Tim Boyle this week when they play Miami. And not only did they bench Zach Wilson, but they put him all the way back to third string. So he's not even the backup quarterback. So, obviously the Jets are having a lot of trouble right now. But either way, it's hard to ignore all the positives from this game. Shakir in particular, who had an 81-yard strike from Josh Allen, then he took it all the way to the house. That was the biggest catch we've had all year. Kincaid continues to look good and get a ton of targets. A crazy stat that I did see was Stephon Diggs over the last 5 weeks has 28 receptions for 275 yards while Kincaid has 34 catches for 318 yards. Diggs was, to be fair, locked down in back-to-back weeks by elite corners. He had Patrick Surtain shadowing him the week before last. Then last week he had Sauce Gardner covering him. Naturally, Josh Allen had to spread the ball around more, but Gabe Davis having no targets was pretty shocking to me. And it kind of continues my theory that we don't have a true wide receiver 2 right now. On a week where Stephon Diggs only had 4 catches, and where Gabriel Davis had no targets, the fact that we still put up 32 points just shows that we are shifting our offense in a positive direction and we are using all of our weapons and not just relying on Stephon Diggs. I do hope that I'm wrong about Gabriel Davis not being a true wide receiver 2, but so far this year, that has been the case. It was great the way James Cook has stepped up for us. The way he was used more in our offense last week was great, totaling 102 yards off 17 carries and 3 receptions. With Joe Brady in charge, this was the first time that James Cook has had 20 touches since week 2. I think we've all been waiting for them to unleash James Cook in this offense more. It just gives us a much more well-balanced offense when we run the ball as well as throw the ball. But I do think in general that this is a big step for our offense to be having a more balanced run game with our receiving game. It makes the defense really kind of stay on their toes when they know that we are just throwing the ball and that we are running the ball as well. Defensively, we look great with 6 sacks, 2 interceptions. Ed Oliver had a great game. He had a sack. Leonard Floyd had 2.5 sacks. Shaq Lawson had a sack. Razal Douglas had 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. It was really great to see all these guys having fun playing football again. Felt like it had been a while that it just looked like our guys were making plays and having fun. And Josh Allen plays better football when the entire city of Buffalo is not on his back. Makes it so these big moments, it allows him to play better and more controlled when he's got the pressure on him. So let's keep this momentum up going into Sunday's game against the Eagles. It's going to be a tough one, especially with all the injuries we got hit with last week. Dane Jackson and Teron Johnson had concussions last week. They haven't practiced, as well as Micah Hyde, who suffered a neck stinger injury. He hasn't practiced this week yet. Taylor Rapp was carted off the field, what looked like a scary neck injury, but thank God he's going to be okay. He hasn't practiced at all this week either, which is to be expected, but I think we can all agree that we're just happy that this guy is okay and that, he didn't have as serious of an injury as it looked like. So let's hope these guys get back to full health because we're going to need them this week playing against the Eagles, who have a really explosive offense. They got really good wide receivers with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. And then they also got DeAndre Swift. They got Jalen Hurts. A lot of weapons over there. So we're going to need our defense to heal up fast for this game. We're going to need them on Sunday. And I really just hope that our offense can keep this momentum going and just keep playing like we played last week. But I do, in general, think that Joe Brady is a step in the right direction. Clearly, last week it showed it's night and day with the play call right now. So I hope that we can continue up this momentum. But you know what? I'll keep this short for you guys. I know we're all out there celebrating with our families this week. But you know what? The Bills are trending in the right direction. We're 6-5 right now, and we've got a lot of tough games ahead of us. But I do think that last week was a step in the right direction. And all we can do is take it one game at a time and just hope for the best. But that's all I got for you guys this week. I'll see you next week. Go Bills.